Tension has even creeped up here.
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at the crowd. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back. The injury has gone a little silent. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back. The injury has gone a little silent. Based on the players. The tension has even creeped up here.
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at the crowd.
You're looking at me to say something.
I'm actually looking at the crowd. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back. The injury has gone a little silent. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back. The injury has gone a little silent. Based on the players. Tension has even creeped up here.
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at the crowd.
You're looking at me to say something.
I'm actually looking at the crowd. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back.
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at the crowd.
You're looking at me to say something.
I'm actually looking at the crowd. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back.
I'm looking at you. You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at the crowd.
You're looking at me to say something.
I'm actually looking at the crowd. Just hearing how we're about to bounce back.
Naughty, Rizan. Naughty.
You're looking at me to say something.
The tension is. I'm actually looking at the crowd.
You're looking at me to say something.
Pressure from Rizan Hussain. Once. Naughty, Rizan. They naughty. 152 to win with this part. Pressure from Rizan Hussain. Well, Bangladesh to reach 301. Naughty, Rizan. They naughty. 152 to win with this part. Pressure from Rizan Hussain. Well, Bangladesh to reach 301. Naughty, Rizan. They naughty. 152 to win with this part.
milestone in youth ODIs. Just 2 runs short of 100, and it would be a really well-deserved one. Co-captain for the series, Mohamed Bulbuli, has been a great foil for him. 55 from 60. And South Africa have just lost the 1 wicket of Adnan Lakhadin so far. And this partnership on the brink of 150. It's worth 149 so far. And Monde Zondeki, when you look at it in comparison to how South Africa did in the first 2 games, this performance has been really good. And George van Schalkwyk has been really impressive opening the batting.
Yeah, it's been chalk and cheese. Been chalk and cheese between the two. This performance, it looks like a whole completely different team. Partnership again, exactly what we spoke about, the lack of partnerships, but one of South Africa's downfall. But again, I go back to this pitch. Is that off the glove? It's a run. Risky, but you have to take those sort of risks here. When right now at climbing up to 7 runs and over needed. I do like those South Africa's got those wickets in hand. And we're still in a very good position.
Right, Joris van Schalkwyk batting on 99 on the brink of a maiden youth ODI century here.
150 partnership as well.
Brilliant from Joris van Schalkwyk. You can hear the roar from him. He's batted beautifully. He's leading South Africa's run chase of what would have been an impossible run chase at the beginning of this innings. It's 100 of high quality from the Titans, the youngster. And he'll hope that it leads South Africa to victory here in this 3rd youth ODI. Well played, young man.
Yeah, very well played. Exactly what South Africa needed here. This partnership as well. Don't forget the contribution of this man, Bulbuli too, has been there the whole time. For the majority of the time that van Schalkwyk got his 100 in. And the nice thing about this innings, he also hasn't put all the pressure on van Schalkwyk to score in terms of the run rate. He's kept up. Got a steady run rate himself. So both these 2 young men doing a really nice job here for South Africa.
100 from 104 deliveries. And a lot of that has been about dropping and running and mixing boundary shots with those singles. 174 for 1 South Africa. And Joris van Schalkwyk and Mohamed Bulbuli are crossing the 150 run partnership. 154 is what they've amassed.
Let's not also forget that just to tell you how good this wicket has been so far compared to the first 2 games. Bangladesh also didn't reach 300. Can't remember if they went over 250 in any of the games. But you get 320 today. It just tells you the quality of this wicket today. Spin back in. Shahidin Islam back into the attack. Tom leg spin. He's sorting out his field here. 4 out on the boundary. Square leg, long on, long off. And a cover on the boundary in the offside.
It hasn't had the desired impact, the spin also from a Bangladesh point of view in this game.
Well, I think this one's a better wicket, just to bat on first and foremost. I did. The first 2 didn't really turn that much either, if I remember correctly. This one hasn't turned either, but it's a much better wicket. I think the ball is coming onto the bat, so it's easier for them to play their strokes. Perhaps that's why spin hasn't been that effective. It came through quite quickly. It was flat through the air. Didn't give it any air whatsoever.
And also credit to South Africa's batting. All Bangladesh's spinners haven't bowled consistently to one batter.
Well, one thing I have noticed though is from both teams, they get out of trouble shot when it comes to spin. If it's full, they try to punch it down to long on or long off, or cut it if it's short. But none of them actually really use their feet in this game today, interestingly enough. Even Bangladesh, they didn't use their feet a lot. South Africa certainly hasn't used their feet at all. They're just happy to play from the crease. And I wouldn't advise them to actually try to do that at times, because you also want to mess around with the bowler's length. And using your feet can do that, make him drop his length, or maybe just pull a bit fuller.
Yeah, it's a fantastic point that. It also goes back to probably how well the pitch is played. They haven't needed to come out of their crease to try and mess with the bowler's lines. They've been content to just do that, knock it in the gap and run.
It also is a bit tougher when you have a Shahideen Islam who doesn't really give the ball much air. It's very flat, it's quick. So it is a bit tougher to come down the wicket to those type of bowlers. Yeah. I think it's just Googly, the one that actually does give it a little bit of air. Just a tad bit slower. That's the end of the 30th over. South Africa, 177 for 1. This partnership still going along really nicely here. Still in striking distance here, South Africa, very much in this game.
They've also kept the run rate in check, South Africa. It hasn't gone past the 7-run mark, the required run rate. Very much achievable. Well, that's what a partnership does. It just keeps the run rate in check. A big, prolonged partnership. And often when you lose wickets like South Africa have done in the first 2 games, the run rate just balloons and it becomes really difficult to bring it back down again. Lost wickets in clusters in those first 2 games.
If you Bangladesh won, of course you want to break this partnership, but more importantly, I think you want 2 new batches at the crease. You certainly don't want one of these guys sticking around and playing anchor and being there at the back end of it, because if they're there until the 50th over, you would think South Africa would win.
Wonderful hands again from Van Schalkwyk. He's hit that behind square on the offside, and the fumble allows them to get back for the second.
That's what that pressure does. They've been good in the outfield so far, Bangladesh. Yeah, 1 drop catch earlier, but also a bit of a knock on that. But in general, they've been really good. But pressure does do things to people sometimes. Running hard can do that.
Sliding down the leg side. Desperate appeal from Muzaman Rafi.
Also, a bit round out, flat, difficult to come down to the wicket. I understand his option of trying to go down on one knee. Square leg and long on the boundary on the onside.
Hey, Tamim! Tamim, come Tamim! Rafi, ভালো একটু দূরে ভালো Rafi! Rafi bhai!
Down the pitch. And straight down the wicket. You look for the second, but Buya wasn't really keen on taking in the arm.
Well, at least he took our advice and came down the wicket, used his feet. Just the timing wasn't quite there. Kind of sliced the ball. Couldn't really get underneath it the way he wanted to.
Lovely shot. Just opens the face, Bulbulia. Long chase for long off. Can't get there. Misfield gives South Africa's co-captain yet another boundary. It's been a long time since we've seen the ball cross the boundary line, and Bulbul has found it. Upping the ante now with just a couple of overs before the one ball comes out of play.
Great shot as well, just giving himself some room, trying to hit the ball over extra cover. Execution was perfect.
Catch it! Oh, también.
7 of the over, 184 for 1. Yeah, definitely now South Africa just wanting to get more runs while there's 2 new balls in operation. They would have also noticed how difficult it was to get the ball away once 1 was out of play. So the next few overs are very crucial from South Africa. Just to get themselves a little bit ahead of the game.
Are you saying before you get to the 34th, you should maybe be a little bit more attacking to get ahead of it? Because number one, you don't know which ball they're going to change. But I hear you. How about just bet normally? Wouldn't worry about it too much, to be honest. Just keep going. Get yourself into a position where you got wickets in hand and you need single digits per over. On this kind of surface, in these conditions, if you have wickets in hand, anything under 9-10 runs and over, very much gettable.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Seems to be a problem with the foot marks. Yeah, just flattening it out. Can't get uncomfortable for Seema when he's planting his front leg. If it's a bit uneven.
Shaharia Al-Amin back into the attack for Bangladesh. They've also tried a lot of things to slow the game down, Bangladesh, such as the pressure they've been under in this third ODI. I've had the physio come on a few occasions just to give Abdullah.
What are you saying exactly?
I'm just noting what I've noted.
Are you saying this is gamesmanship? You know how they do it in tennis?
Oh, definitely.
Djokovic does it a lot, actually. When he's down, medical timeout.
Yeah, slow the game down.
Yeah, slow the game down. Maybe. I haven't noticed that they're doing it.
But it's been a deliberate ploy from every international side now. I mean, India did it in the T20 World Cup final against South Africa. It broke the momentum. Anything to break the momentum of the batters. To stem the flow a little bit. They've been under pressure, Bangladesh.
It's been about 5 minutes since the last delivery. And I mean, only wicket taker so far today for Bangladesh, and he's back into the attack. His 3 overs are quite expensive, 1 for 25, going with just over 8 runs and over. Skipper is asking him to do a job. Get a wicket, chat. That's what he wants.
Straight over his head. Beautiful shot from Jorrit van Schalkwyk. Long chase for Murdoch. Does hold it back in. They come back for the second run. But great intent shown now from Van Schalkwyk and Bulbul just to add a few runs before that other ball gets out of play.
Just a bit too full from Al-Amin. Timing wasn't quite there from Van Schalkwyk. Got it over mid-off, but it couldn't get it to the boundary. Changing field. Long run onto the boundary. Fine leg in the circle.
Bang into the gap and all the way for 6. Wonderful shots, wonderful timing from Jorrit van Schalkwyk. He's been there from ball 1, but he hasn't lost his rhythm.
Yeah, made that look easy. Nice pickup. And once again, The captain wants to follow the delivery. Where the ball went, we going. I'm sending a square leg onto the boundary and a car corner. And see what else they do here in the field while they're still just sorting it out. Third man's coming into the circle. I would imagine long off is going to be inside the circle. He's already got 3 on the leg side on the boundary and 1 on the offside on the point boundary side. That's the field.
It's beautiful. Gives himself room on the offside and slaps it over cover. Smart batting from this youngster. 1 on the onside, now on the offside. 6-4.
And they've only got 1 covering the offside on the boundary. Very smart shot. Low risk, high percentage.
Just brilliant, really brilliant batting this from Joris van Schalkwyk. He knows all the protection on the boundaries on the leg side, so he gives himself room outside the leg side to access that offside. Just 1 fielder on the boundary patrolling on the offside, so plenty of opportunities to find boundaries there. More time now taken by Al-Amin to set his field and make sure that he doesn't bleed any more runs.
Yeah, I don't think Al-Amin wants to hear from his fellow mate giving him advice. He keeps on telling him to just go away, leave me alone.
Swivels on that one. It's behind square on the leg side. Joris van Schalkwyk is on the attack. And Sharia Al-Amin coming back into the attack hasn't worked for Bangladesh. He's conceded runs. 6-4-4.
Some more advice coming. Put to straight, short again. Pull nicely. There is a square leg on the boundary, on the leg side. Fine legs up in the circle. We found the gap perfectly. Wants to change the field again, I think. I'm not too sure what the plan is. Car corner comes into the circle. Long off goes onto the boundary. This suggests Yorkers, full and straight. And perhaps taking some pace off the deliveries as well, but full and straight or slow deliveries.
Carved away on the offside. This time is straight to the sweeper fielder. Yeah, the length from Al-Amin on those 3 deliveries where he went to the boundary for was not the right one, especially with the field up on the offside.
Yeah, also South Africa just got to 200 after that boundary. First time in the series. Changing field once again. Finally goes back onto the boundary.
Back at him, and a fine catch from Al-Amin. Conceded plenty of runs in that over, but the presence of mind to just keep his composure when the ball came back at him from Mohamed Bulbulia, and the partnership is broken. South Africa lose their 2nd wicket, and as Mohamed Bulbulia has to go for 62, it's 201 for 2, and it's time for drinks. Timely break for Bangladesh. Got rid of Mohammad Bulbulia after a very extended partnership between himself and Joris van Schalkwyk. A partnership of over 150 runs. 201 for 2, South Africa. Brings South Africa's other co-captain to the crease, Jason Rolls. Was disappointed to miss out on that first game. He had to be replaced because of a concussion. He scored a really nice half century in the second game. So he's a man that has some form behind him in this series. He needs to support Joris van Schalkwyk well here. He's been looking really good. Good catch that from Al-Amin in the previous over to dismiss Bulbulia. Would have been difficult on your follow through to get both hands onto the ball.
So captain has brought himself onto ball. Into his 7th over now. He's taking the place of Rafi. It's going to be important now for, as you said, for the captain to just support Van Schalkwyk as much as he can here. Bangladesh will be really, really looking to get Van Schalkwyk out. That will be the main wicket they're looking for, to get two new batters and try to get some dot balls in so that run rate goes up. As long as Van Schalkwyk is there, South Africa will keep scoring. Going to need some really good support and reset now. Start again this partnership. Long way to go in this game. 17 overs left. It's a lot of cricket.
Often you try and pump yourself up and say add 2 to the score. Add 2 wickets and then the complexion of the game changes completely. Jason Rolls, good numbers. 52 in the second game of the series. It's good this from Bangladesh. They've squeezed.
Often happens with a new batter. Get a couple of dot balls in, run rate goes up a little bit. And what that sometimes can do is make Van Schalkwyk feel like I need to score some runs now. The guy who was supporting me is gone. A new batter is trying to get used to the surface, trying to get used to the pace of the wicket and all that. We just don't want that run rate to get out of hand. End of the over, 202 for 2, South Africa. After 33 overs, Van Schalkwyk 122-24, Still going along nicely and joined by the skipper. Still on 0. Rafi changing ends. Taking out Amin's place. So more spin.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about what the approach from Van Schalkwyk might be now. It's also just reached a very delicate phase of the game where it's just a couple of overs before one ball comes out of play, and you still got a new batter in Jason Rolls who's going to have to take a few deliveries just to customize to the conditions out in the middle. Swept. It's gone for wide also. It'll go for 5 wides.
Those are precious runs. Those are precious extra runs for South Africa. No bat, A wide. Just keeps that run rate in check. An odd boundary here or there will certainly help, especially with Rose still trying to get used to the pace of this wicket. I don't think Van Schalkwyk needs to take any unnecessary risk. Still got 8 wickets in hand, under 7 runs and over. Lots of overs left.
Good run from Rolls.
Yeah, just keep that scoreboard ticking. And good running will help with that. It's quite a big field. There's a lot of 2s around too, so you can get the ball in the gap, you run hard. The change in field for the lefty. Just one on the offside in the circle. Outside the circle, sorry. Left arm coming around and through.
Oh, confusion. Probably through to the wrong end was the field.